Real quickly, Sean Payton on the post-Drew Brees era. Payton talked about that earlier today. Here he is talking about the quarterbacks not named Drew Brees who will be competing to be the starter in 2021. And it's coming now. Here it is.
The profile doesn't change. Certainly, we're mindful of our depth at each position. And, we're currently in our final board readings on the defensive side of the ball. I think relative to that position, though, it still stays the same. And traits that we're looking for, I don't think it's a must position. We feel like we've got real good players in the building.
Hey, I know this. Whatever Sean Payton's thinking about doing in the draft, especially at quarterback, he ain't going to tell us. He's not going to give us anything that we could sink our teeth into. And the bottom line is we know they like Taysom Hill. We know they like Jameis Winston. I don't know why they'd be looking at drafting a quarterback. But 4 years ago, they were ready to pull the trigger at number 11 on Patrick Mahomes before they got jumped by the Chiefs. So if there's a guy that he loves, number one, he's not going to tell us. And number two, he'll be ready to move if he feels like he has the opportunity to do so.
I just have so much faith in Sean Payton and what he can do. I think he's the best offensive coach in the league and has been for a really long time. And I think he'll make this work with these two guys. And I like what they've done post-Drew Brees, right? They've signed both of these guys. To Taysom's case, it was a 2-year deal that expires after this season. And Jameis, they gave him a 1-year deal. So if neither of these guys works out, they're not in a position like the Eagles were, like the Rams were, like other teams were, that you're trying to get rid of a high-priced guy, right? They can go out and they can trade for one of the quarterbacks who we know is going to become available, Deshaun Watson, or if Aaron Rodgers becomes available, or if Russell Wilson's on the block. They can go out and try to get one of those guys. I would have loved to have seen Tom Brady this year. If he had been in free agency, he could have ended up in New Orleans as Drew Brees' replacement instead of going to Tampa if it was a year later than what it was. But I trust Sean Payton to find a quarterback. If it's not one of these guys, then after this season, they'll find a quarterback somewhere, whether it's in a trade or whether it's in the draft next year. But I think he'll find his quarterback sooner rather than later, Mike.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.